Hey guys. Hey Arlene, Terry Brett, Barbara, Debbie. Happy wonderful Wednesday. Let's see. Don P. Tina saying good morning to people. I gotta go turn my air I got it turned down too low while I was running around plugging and had to reboot. And hi Kat. I've been playing with this. This is not what we're doing today, but this is what I was doing this morning. So I've been working on her. I'll give it a couple minutes. Hi, Linda Rins. Sip of my lemon water. Hi, Riri. How's everybody doing today? I had to reboot. I don't know what was going on, but I had to reboot. So anyway, I was just working on her this morning. It's out of this is and Tina, it's Amazon paper. I'll do a flip of it. But yeah, so it's copy paper. I put a little bit of just to outline. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta turn off the autofocus. Hang on. A little bit of marker, but then I've been working with pencil. Yes, it's the thin paper that you don't like. How's everybody doing today on wonderful Wednesday? We're going to work in the art journal today. I was just working on this, waiting for time to come on. Let's see. Christine, Angie. Who else am I missing? Thanks, everybody. Melinda. Who else is here? Let's see. Thanks, everybody, for stopping in. I always feel like I'm working on portraits when I'm working on color book faces. Checking. I think I've caught everybody so far. Have I missed anybody? Make sure you put it in caps if you're talking to me. I won't think you're yelling at me. Missy, Kristen. What's everybody else working on today? Anything fun? Art journaling, collaging, mixed media, coloring, card making, painting, drawing. Hi, Keeks. I got Terry Brett. I kept her. She did the prompts. I did take a snap of it, so I can go right to that here in a little bit when more people come in. So yeah, Terry rocked the prompts again as per usual. Uh, you've been coloring, all right, Debbie. I think I've been seeing your coloring. You're doing that. I forget the name of the artist that does those books that you have to add so much stuff to. Arlene's Diamond Dot and making a new prayer journal. Tina's just saying good morning. Did Janet come in? I didn't even see Janet. Where are you, Janet? Where you be? I don't even see Janet. There she is. How you doing, Janet? Saying good morning to everybody as well. Uh, let's see. All right, real quick, let me go turn my air up a little. It's a little nippy in here. Let me get stopped. There we go. Malibu's sleeping down there on her little nest. I turn it down while I'm running around plugging in and Getting things ready. Let's see. Uh, Riri, Tina started coloring in mythographic. First book I have from him. Okay, I didn't know. I know mythographic. I mean, I know there's a whole series, but for some reason I thought it was a woman that was doing all those mythographic things. Tina, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong book. I don't have any of those. Well, I might have one, but they're kind of little. If it's the same one. Have you posted anything, Tina? Hi, Juju. I'm gonna wait just a few more minutes before I show like Terry's prompts and everything, so more people will be here to see them. That's why I just have this just to work on till while I'm saying good morning and hi, Cindy Daly. Hi, Marsh. How you doing? Nothing posted yet. Okay, first pitch ever from this ours. Okay, good. Well, of course it's gonna be good paper, Tina, because you won't work on it if it's not good paper. I know you, Tina. You won't work on it if it's not good paper. But this paper is Amazon paper. This one right here. I'll do a flip of it in a minute. We're gonna work in my red journal today. Let's see. You're coloring snow. Purple. Purple is a good purple or blue, but purple's a good snow under, shadow. Purple's a good shadow for snow. Or this, light, blue like this. Either one. Let's see. If I fall asleep, please don't. Oh, Janet, did you not sleep well? I have to call you, girl. Well, I won't call you if you're going to be asleep. You'll have to call me. I don't want to wake you up. Hi, Brooke with the knee. I said hi to Angie. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, I know you're a paper snob. I know you're a paper snob. That's okay. You got to like what you're doing. If you don't like the paper you're using, I don't care really. I'll use whatever paper like this. This is really it's thinner than copy paper. It's some thin paper, right, Tina? Tina knows. She can say, but she knows. She knows that how thin this paper is. Let's see. Well, it can be, I guess. I don't know. I make it work, Tina. I make it work. Oh, so yeah, it was nice to have Denise here on Monday and talking about. If y'all missed Monday, we talked about all of Samantha's European trip, her school trip. She's back and getting back into the swing of things. She doesn't start the museum internship, I think, till next week. She does have a new roommate that came in. I think she's supposed to be here yesterday. So, but she had, when she got back, she had to go buy groceries. I mean, she's, was gone for, 2.5 months. So she had to go to the grocery store and, she want to do laundry and sleep in her nice fluffy bed instead of the beds and over international. And sometimes they stayed, they didn't stay at Hilton's, the girls when they traveled around. Let's see, you're using a pale blue to, well, I didn't really start her skin with that. I started it with the terracotta. And then I shadowed some shadows with the dark brown. And then I put a light coat of just a little bit of the yellow ochre, which I'm going back and forth right now between the yellow ochre and the blue. So I'm kind of going back and forth between the two to blend them in. But yes, so I'm doing a little of both, going back and forth, just, kind of finding the highlights and, you know. Does it look okay, Tina, on the Amazon paper? Uh, oh my gosh, Harley, you're bad. Uh, well, I like using, nobody's skin is just one color, regardless of your skin color, you got undertones and under colors under your skin. And so, yeah, if you want to make it have some depth, I use this color for a lot of things, including like I do the shadow in the eyes. Can you see her eyes? I've already worked on her eyes this morning. So yeah. But I'm getting ready to stop because we're going to work in the art journal. And makes. Who else am I missing? Oh, thanks, Tina. Yeah, I got to blend it all out. Yeah. So anyway, and then I just got a little base of a couple of pinks up in the flowers. I don't know what I'm going to do with her headdress here. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. I might just leave it white and add blue to it. Blue uh like this will be the shadow and have it just be white because it's so springtime flowers. I think that it would just be nice just to have it. We'll just put a little here and see what that looks like. So you can see that this will be a shadow. And it is a grayscale, so you've got some direction in a grayscale to where to shade. See already? See how that already gives it some depth? Stephanie? Okay, Angie. Hi, View. I got a new color book View. It's the kind of paper. I don't know. I can't remember if you can't stand the thin paper either. Like Tina can't stand the thin paper. But let me do a flip through for y'all of this book. And I just cut them out because after I finish these, if they're just on, thin paper, I cut them out and I'll mount them on black paper and they'll go in my binder. So, yeah. I didn't see if Janet didn't sleep well last night because she said she falls asleep, don't wake her up. Scrolling back to see how having a hard time waking up this morning. Okay. Well, you take a nap. Take an Angie nap. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll show you this book, then we'll get started. Oh no, wait. Now we've been here long enough. I want to show y'all Terry Brett's. And I don't know who else. I think Debbie might have posted something on IG too. I didn't take a picture of hers, but we'll go over to IG and look at it. Let's see. Photos. Let me crop it and lighten it a little bit here. It's really good. It's really Terry just rocks these prompts, I'll tell you. Oh, you found thanks. Kat found the link to the color book that's on Amazon. Okay, Tina. Hi, old lady swag. Oh, thank you. Old lady swag. So y'all, I tell y'all, some people have like Mama Juju, and y'all just have some funny names. Um, I usually try to call y'all what you put up there because here's what the reason. And some of y'all I know your real names, but I try to call y'all by what you put because when new people or there's a lot of people and I say something to you, if I don't identify who I'm talking to, they're not going to know. I don't know old lady swag's real name, but let's just say it's Gina. And if I said Gina said so and so, everybody's going to go, I don't see a Gina. Where's Gina? You see what I'm saying? People don't recognize um, your handles, you know. Hi Lisa. So that's why I try to call y'all by what you put in, like View. I know View's real name, but we call her View. Oh, View, it's you? Okay, so you have two accounts here? Oh my gosh, View. See now View's View's messing with me now because neither one is her real name. View, you're bad. All right, so let me show y'all Terry's. Let me show y'all Terry's. Oh, I might have got it. Let me turn the exposure down just a little. There we go. And so bad. If y'all want to go look at IG and see everybody's posts, and I'm going to try to go over there. Leave it, old lady. Janet likes that. Okay, so look, here is Terry's from the prompts, and she did Cheshire Cats. When we read out of the book, and we're up to the F's, and so on Monday, we read out of that book too. So she incorporates both of them. I don't know how she does this, but she does. Hi, Becky Hernandez. Don't forget, guys, put in caps if you're talking to me, like View is. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here we go. So the prompts I think were scorpion, lemur, swan or goose, whistle. There are five of them. I don't have them right here, but she'll have them listed over there on Instagram. And then she put on the scorpion. Anyone fancy a little boot of fisticuffs? Come on. It will be fun. Fisticuffs was one of the words out of the book. But look at that look on his face. Good, just so expressive. You did some expressive. Look at that lemur. Fiddlesticks. Sid, nobody is interested in that. Sophie, you are such an old fuddy duddy. Uh, Lenny, I know I can be a bit of a fuss budget. Fuss budget was one of the words at times, but at least I don't talk a lot of flim flam like Sid there. That's excellent, Terry. That is just excellent. Okay, so anyway, Terry Brett 3 on Instagram. Now let me see. Oh, and look what popped up in my Facebook feed from some years ago. I don't remember how many years ago this was, but it popped up in my Facebook. Somebody, and I have got rid of quite a few color books, but I do buy more. But this one was taken a few years ago. Oh, and I was wearing Wolfie. There I am behind my color book. Uh, oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm behind that view. Have you seen this one before? Anyway, that popped up in my feed again. Oh, my eyes are watering. Okay, let's go to Instagram over here. You like my Wolfie Tina? That's the hubs. Oh, look, I just put this on here. And Tori, 32 minutes ago. Okay, let's see if I can start this over. Tori posted this. Let's see if I can start it over. I have to mute it because it's got music. But let's see here. Y'all can see. Artful underscore dabbler is Tori. She does this on Procreate. That's awesome. I haven't seen Tori in here yet this morning, but that's amazing, Tori. Right, guys? So that is amazing. Let's see, Deb E. Let's go over here. Let's see if I can find Deb E. Search. Right, Debbie? Okay, so here's some of Deb E's. And there's her channel right there, so you can find her. And she's got a bunch of different new color books. I'm gonna like these. I hadn't seen some of these. Okay, it's gonna flash out. You're not gonna see the true colors, but you can go over there and look there. There we go. And I'm seeing this one. I like the highlights in the eyes there, Debbie. So follow Deb E, Artful Dabbler Tori, and now let's go ahead and see if I can bring up Terry Brett here. Terry Brett 3. So you can go see all her different there's last week's. So yeah, go over there and check out Terry's Instagram too. Right, Barbara? Hi, Sylvia. Hi, Tell Him. Dee Dee, did you ever see the movie Better Dead with John? Because I think there's a scene where they're wearing it. Seems a little familiar. It's what? How old is that movie, Tina? Probably sometime back. What was in the 80s, 90s, probably the 90s. Hello, Karen Evans. And Riri, I don't want to forget you. I have her written down here for a prom. I mean, she wants us to do maybe in September. Can't be October because that's when I do my Inktober. I mean, y'all can do a swap anytime, but Riri wants to do a chicken art card swap with or without conspiracies. A 1985. Okay, well, I was right in the ballpark, Tina. So Riri wants to do a chicken art card swap with or without conspiracy. I have it sitting right here, Riri, so I don't forget. Hi, you go, Brain. Good to see you. So let me do a flip through this book, and then we're going to work. I have a couple of things kind of picked out, but I don't really have a plan. But I just felt like working in the art journal today. So thanks everybody for being here. All right, so I just started work. This is the first page I've worked. I just got this book, so it's beautiful women in stunning hats. And Cheshire Cat put a link in there for y'all to see it. So I'm going to do a flip through of it. I just started working on this morning. So let's move it out of the way. And it is a thin paper, people. It's the thin paper. But anyway, so let me move my pencils up. I love having this little table thing here that Denise gave me because I can put things up here that projects I'm working on. All right, so let me put this to the side. Put that over here and let me show y'all this book. All right, it's probably going to flash out, but we're going to flip. We're going to flip through. So, and it's a kind of a light grayscale. It's not very, it's nothing really dark, and that's why I always tell y'all when you work on your grayscales or you're going to have to go in with eyelashes or pupils or anything black. You're going to have to make it that way because it's very, very light. Oh, you're welcome, View. So it is. I'm looking up there, and it's pretty much just like I'm showing you. It's pretty light grayscale. This is not really flashed out. This is really how the color looks. So, which is good if you're coloring over grayscale. You don't want it real dark. You want to put your own colors to it, right? So, so anyway, am I missing anybody? Thanks, everybody. Isn't it, Janet? I love it. I love this kind of stuff. Of course, I love doing faces. That's why I do so many. I do portraits and, well, I do pet portraits too, but I love faces. I love coloring faces. So, they're kind of hard to get apart here because they're so thin, Tina. Hi, Laverne. Right? Tell him. Beautiful pictures. Look at all the cupcakes. Cupcake hat. I think that's it. Yeah. So there you go. Beautiful women and stunning hats. And like I said, Cheshire Cat put a link. And then again, this is the one that I'm working on here. So, okay. So there we go on that. Let me set this over here on my little stack of ongoing projects. I still am working on this one. This is out of the Metamorphosis. And started this one a couple weeks, last week, I think. And so it's a lot of work on those branches and tiny stuff. I still have to shade the flowers, but the branches have been taking me a while. They've been taking me a hot minute. But so there's that. Okay, so I thought we would work in the red journal. Let's see, I think I might need to close these blinds here. Let's see. Got a little bit of a glare there. That's a little better. And so I'm going to work in this. I'll do a quick flip through this and then we'll find a, thanks, Kat. So, and I have varnished these. I've been determined to complete them and varnish them, edge them in gold or silver. But in this case, I'm trying to do them all in gold. So, yeah, let's see. I can turn it down, the brightness just a tad. There we go. So, yeah, and I do skip around so that the spine stays pretty much, as flat as can be. So, but I love I love this journal. Hi, Devin. How you doing? You missed a flip through another color book a minute ago, unless you were lurking. So, but most of these are done with Collage Soup books, and there is a new Collage Soup book out, and this one I haven't finished yet, as you can see. We did this for, I forgot why we're doing this. I'm gonna phone home. Anyway, I've not finished this. I guess I could work on it, but I think the reason I stopped working on it is because it's taken a long time for me to paint behind all the octopus. I should have just painted it and then glued him down. But anyway, oh, what was I going to say? Oh, I forgot. Anyway, let's see. I think I've caught everybody coming in. So, yeah. So you can see it's shiny because it's varnished. My time traveler right there. So I love this book. I love this journal that I've been working on this year. Maybe a couple last year. I'm not sure. But let's see. Simaj? I'm not sure how you pronounce your name. Thanks, Ego. Like I said, I love this book. And I do skip around to keep it kind of flat. There's her and her little wolf or dog going to town there. I've made prints of a few of them. What I do to make prints of these is I'll take a picture and then I'll go to Procreate and I'll get rid of the seam so I can have a full print, for for thank yous. Welcome back, Angie. So that I, send y'all out some thank yous and stuff. I'll go into Procreate. I should go back into Procreate and fix. This is the only page that I've really had stick, and that's because I did not let the varnish dry. So let's see. Here's a little bit of stick. There we go. We did this one on daylight savings time here a while back. There's the time shift. Then I love my lemurs. This was a photo of some lemurs that Beth Schuler sent me, and I painted over them. So they're completely painted over. Like, so just I think I was trying to show how you can take a photo, like a magazine photograph, and paint over it. And that's what I did here. It's completely painted over. So I really like how they turned out. Let's see, Karen Evans. I don't want to miss anybody. Remember, put it in caps if you're talking to me. I won't think you're yelling at me. Here's my little grandmother in her mushroom tree world. I think I know what I was going to say. A new collage soup book. And it's mermaids. It's all I think that's it. It's mermaids. So I thought I pulled some papers here. What I do with them? I think I set them over here. So here's some of the stuff I pulled to work with. Where's the? I thought I had something here. Did I move it back here? What did I do with it? Nope. I had some papers pulled, but now I don't know. Oh, there they are. Okay. So I thought I'd maybe work with the Creative Cash Texture by April Clark. This is her new book. So I thought maybe, I know, Kat, right? I know. It won't be until Friday. The book and my pencil case for my Woomers and my Halawas. So I did get a pencil case to put them in because y'all, I know it's driving y'all crazy here. It's driving y'all crazy that I took them out of their plastic cases and they're just rolling around. They're just rolling around in their little tin. Denise wants the tins, so I'll give her the tins. But the Woomer and the Halawa, the Ohuhu, they're just rolling around like wild little geese. So I have a pencil case coming that they'll both go in. Oh my gosh. So, but it'll be here Friday. I'll wait. If y'all want, I'll wait till Monday and y'all can slot them with me. We'll slot the pencils together on Monday. Janice go, oh my gosh, you're gonna wait till Monday to put the pencils in the slots? Oh, let's see. Fashi. Hello, Fashi. Have you studied? No, no, I haven't. I mean, I know what it is, the science, math, what do you call, I want to say electronics, not engineering. Yeah. If that's what you're talking about, STEM. Let's see. Marcia's got any suggestion for Posca cases, portable or for the studio? Okay, Marcia, you want to see how I store my Poscas? Other than I keep some white ones on hand because I use them all the time. I'll show you how to store my Poscas, Marsh. Oh my Hang on. Let me get down here. All right. Wait for it, Marsh. No, wait for it. Here's my Poscas, Marsh. And a couple, and another brand or two in here. But this is how I store my Poscas. Now, when you store them like this in a basket, whether you have one or a few, you want to always make sure those lids are on tight, because once those lids are off, they're dead. So, yes, about view. Oh my gosh. I took a course with oh, what's his name now? I can't think of it. Hang on. Some years ago. Carla Sondheim sponsored his course. And I've told y'all, and I have his books and everything. I just can't think of his name right now. It's been some years. And you had to use Poscas in his course. Oh, what is his name? If I look up Carla Sondheim's classes, I could probably find it pretty quick. It's on the tip of my tongue. Hi, Mary. Hang on, let's see. Carla Sondheim. Last time I couldn't remember Carla's name. For the course, her courses. Okay, let's see. This might be a little hard to find. It might be hard to find. His name starts with an L. I'm pretty sure. It's going to make me log in, and I don't have that handy. So, great. I don't know. It's taken too long. It's taken too long to find it. But anyway, he had a course under Carla Sondheim's classes, and you use Poscas. So I did go a little overboard and buy, he wanted us to use the fat Poscas. So that aren't there. Yeah, I think that's not the name of the person. I'm trying to think of the name of the person that I took the course under Carla Sondheim's class thing, but I can't think of his name right now. But anyway, so yeah, this is how I store mine, Marsh. It's easy for me to dig through them. I used to keep them up. Well, I used to keep them. You've seen my wall of markers, Marsh. You can do a build. You can do a foam core build. Have you tried to do a foam core build with just black foam core? We could do white foam core too. I like the black. Foam core and a roll of packing tape. You've seen my build, right, Marsh? I used to store my Poscas up here like that. But when I did that class and had to get the big fat ones, it takes up too much real estate. So that's why they ended up in a bucket. Hi, me. Let's see. Terry, who else? Thanks, Mary. So that's where I used to store them, Marsh. In my marker pencil build right here, or marker pen build. Okay, well then that's how I used to store them, Marsh. That's probably the easiest way is to do a build with just cut down foam core and make it with packing tape. That's all I did. Okay, so I want to use April Clark's new book, and it's all her papers that she's made with different things, jelly prints and different things. And so this is book 2. I do have book 1. Hang on, let's see where I put it. Is it over here? I have both her books, and you get these on Amazon. And I did make some jelly print papers. I mean, washi tape papers. I made some washi tape papers out of her sheets. So this is book 1 is this one. And I think you get a kind of a discount, I think, if you buy both on Amazon. So I made a bunch of washi tape sheets with it, and so I can cut them up. Yes, View. These two. And I showed them on Monday. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I did. I showed them on Monday. And they're single sided, so she says make a copy of the back side. Well, what I did is I picked about 10. I picked about 10 and made myself some washi papers. Let me show you here. Let me grab a corner. See, it's washi tape sheets. Janet's the one that found us these. It's very thin, which is nice, especially like for journals and stuff. Let's see. Kat just put something, all things Posca in there. Maybe that will help. Marsh, a wine cooler. Yeah, yeah. If it's not too deep, Marsh. Wine cooler, are you talking about like where you store wine, the holes that you put wine in? It's pretty deep. You're going to be trying to get back in there to get your Poscas out. My build here is this wide. Just the markers just barely stick out. This is how deep my build is, so that I can, they don't get lost. Thanks, Kat. There's the printable washi paper sheets. And when you get them, see how it's Faya sticker paper? When you get the paper, it comes in a plastic sleeve, and there's nothing. There's no ISBN, there's no name, there's nothing. It's just a blank. It's just in a plastic sleeve, a 50, I think. I think Janet and I bought the 50. You might be able to get it for 25 sheets as well. So, let's see. All right. So anyway, I thought that we might be using some of this today, and like some background, some hills, mountains, something. And then let me go find a page here to work on. Let's go right in here. And then I pulled a few other things. I got the Icons of the World paper. This one is, pretty sure this is Pour Toast. Yeah, this one's Pour Toast. And I've shown all these before over the months. So maybe we'll do something from the Icons of the World. And I keep all my, after I've used the books, they go in the sleeve. Like for instance here, look, see how this is all loose in there? If I did not put this in sleeves, this stuff would be all over my room. So everything, all my collage fodder and books are all stored in these snap sleeves. And they are, I think, 9.5 by 12, or 12.5. Let me get a ruler. Let's see. Edge to edge, it's 12.5. But so I'm not sure but you only get 12 inches on the inside because that's the glued edge, right? So it's either 12 or 12.5 by 9. So 9 by 12. And they hold all these 8.5 by 11 books. So I guess I don't. Cardboard. Oh, I don't know. I didn't use cardboard on my build. Maybe you're looking at what Kat posted or something. I use foam core, the big sheets of foam core board, and cut them down, and I connected everything with packing tape. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. So I thought maybe we could use some of this. Let me just move my sleeves out of the way till I'm done, and then we'll put them back in the sleeve. I did pull some watches and clock, or watches for time elements. So I pulled some of these. I did pull a few Pour Toast pages here. These are Pour Toast ones. I think might be Japan. I'm not sure. After I take them out of the sleeves, this one might have been, can't remember. So anyway, I pulled those, or they were already loose. I think I had them loose in the back of the red book. Same for this one. I like this one, and this one. And then I pulled a couple of, let's see, I pulled this collage soup, the Timekeeper's Atlas. So we'll take it out and we'll put it back in when we're done. And then also, this is the newest one from Poor Toast, is the vintage maps. And he did this one at my request. I think he did this one at my request too, the Ancient World one. But anyway, regardless, this is I believe the newest. This is the newest one I know of for Poor Toast. And let's flip through this real quick. So I thought we'd maybe use some of this. I don't know. I just pulled a few things that I liked, and we'll see where it goes. So Janet posted a picture for you, Marsh, on Instagram. Look at this. Oh, just love it. Love it, love it, love it so much, Poor Toast. And y'all need to follow Poor Toast on Instagram. See, I want to probably make a disc out of this one. Probably make a disc out of that one. Follow Poor Toast on Instagram, and he's always real good about taking requests. But before y'all go make a request of Poor Toast and Cake Curry, go look on Amazon and look at what the hundreds of books they already have before you go. This one I actually need for another project behind me. So I'm going to tear this mountain scene out and put that behind me. That needs to go with this other project I got going back there. So, yeah, maybe I'll do something with this one because it has the little ships. I do like that. Maybe we'll go with that. So maybe we'll do this one. All right, let's see. Got a little is it too bright, too flashed out? There we go. I know, right? Thanks, Kat. Kat put a link for Poor Toast in there. And there's his IG. Okay, so I think I want to maybe do something with this page. Let's see what else. Does something else strike me? I do like this. I love Compass Rose. I love everything maps, cartography. I do. And see, some of these are going to make good discs. You know, disc bases like that. This one, I like this too. Maybe we'll go with these pieces and parts of those two. All right, let's go with this. Now, do I want to go with one of these girls? Do I want to do something like something space related? Maybe. Let's see. So let's go. And I got a palette out here. This is just a cake plate that you can get at it's an acrylic cake plate you can get at probably Michael's and Hobby Lobby. And I just use it from an acrylic palette. I usually use my, coffee lids. I pulled this one for a fresh one for my golden matte medium. But I'll show you what here's my big palette, but I can't use this while I'm on camera. But and it's just a tray, and they're good for palettes. But for streaming, I try to keep it no bigger than this. Dee Dee, do you think Art Journal can solve real life problems? Well, I don't know about solving all your problems. It could probably help you deal with them. It can help you deal with them. I don't know about solving them. That's the difference. Okay, let's see. Do I want, and I love this, but if I go with this, then this is not, that kind of clashes. So we won't do that. And I also kind of wanted to, I haven't used any of my hand carved stamps lately. I did pull out some of those. So maybe, I don't know. We always do space all the time. We'll see. I'm going to flip through this book here too. And if y'all don't know, it might be too late to send them in now because I think it's September 1st. Keeks and Joanne are doing a artist trading card swap. You have to get them to Joanne in Canada by September 1st. And she's been posting them on Instagram, and I haven't seen her post mine. I mailed them up probably going on 3 weeks ago, and she hasn't said she has them yet. So I hope my ATCs make it to Canada. I sent them about 3 weeks ago. But anyway, so let's see. Do I want to do iconography? Oh, here's a little. Let's see. Mm, I think I just did something with Mount Fuji, kind of recent. Let's see here. Maybe I won't do architecture today. Maybe we'll do the maps. We'll do something with the maps. Let me look through Timekeeper's Atlas here. This is a Collage soup. And y'all need to follow Collage soup as well. Oh, there's Keeks. Hi, Keeks. Yeah, I think I said hi to you a minute ago. But yeah, I sent them about 3 weeks ago. I hope Joanne gets them. Keeks mentioned they may hold a few days if they are waiting for some. No, not send them out. Joanne's been posting that the ones she gets on Instagram, and unless she just hasn't done all of them, which very well may be, but I haven't heard from her that she got them. I don't think so anyway. I hope she gets them in time. All right, so let's go ahead and flip through here. This would be a good. I love the Japanese ones with these cherry blossoms, but I might roll. Let's put these. Where do I want to put these? Because I want those back in the back of my book. I might roll with the steampunk girl. Might roll with this, and of course I got my own watches, and there's other steampunky stuff, and my maps. It's kind of a lot of browns. I need to get something a little teal or something else in there, some other color in there. Maybe these buildings here might get rid of the pink a little bit, maybe. Okay, so we're going to forgo the UFO. So you just got to kind of whittle it down. There's Joanne. You haven't got mine yet? Okay, well, it's been 3 weeks. We'll see what happens. I don't have extras. So, I mean, I kept 1 or 2, but so, all right. I sent y'all extras. But if they don't make it, they don't make it. And it happens. Janet sent me back some artist trading, or was it artist trading cards, Janet, or was it zines that I never got? Yeah. So, okay, so see how things are cut out. This is why I put things in sleeves. Oh, I think I might like her better because it's smaller. It's smaller for the journal. So I think we're going to go with that one because she's smaller and fit in the book better. This will be good on a disc. All my discs are in the other room, hanging on on racks, hanging up. It was ATCs. Okay. I like him too. That would be good with these colors. That might work. I think I might go with him instead of her. We're going to go with him and the maps. Okay, so I'm just flipping. Here's another little piece of a clock there. Isn't this an awesome book? They're all awesome. I love them all. Let's see. Who else am I missing? Do I listen to gothic rock music? No, I don't. Hi, Laura. I do not listen. Most of the time in my art studio, if I'm not listening to other YouTubers, I have no sound on. No music, nothing. I like quiet. I don't. And I try to explain this, especially my grandkids don't understand it. They love listening to music at 24/7, right? Music affects my emotions. So when I'm listening to music, and that can be good. Like I'm sure it affects their emotions. I've listened to music all my life and been to every concert you could think of starting in 1970. But it changes my mood and my emotions, and I like to feel the way I want to feel. So I don't listen to a lot of music. Every now and then I'll get in a, in a mood and and listen to a bunch of music. But when I'm working in my studio, it's hardly I don't have music on. I don't have music on in here. So yeah, I know that's odd. I hope so, Joanne. Yeah, that was Janet sending them to me. Yeah, I didn't get those, Joanne. So hopefully y'all get them up there in Canada. I mean, most of y'all seem to tell me when you tell me that you got my that you got. See, look at all this cut up back here. That you get my happy mail. So who knows what happens. But it is one of the reasons I don't do international commissions, because there's just too much chance of portraits and things getting lost. I do send out some gifts every now and then international, but that's not nobody's paid me for them. So it's not, if they get lost, they get lost. Um, but I don't do paid commissions international because of that. It's just too iffy to get. Yeah, let's see. Well, then you probably won't get yours either. Tell him I didn't get them either. So, all right. And you don't know why. You don't know what's going on with the post office, right? All right. So where'd my guy go? Here he is. I think I'm going to cut this out here. Let's cut this pink off here because I want to kind of concentrate on this blue. So let's see here. I'm going to do a little fussy cutting, which I don't mind doing. I'll do it pretty quick. I'm trying to see where I want that line to be. Cut that off. Oh, see, now I like that. Look, that'll be good for a postcard, right? That'll be a good postcard. How many I have three grandchildren. One lives in LA and he's in high school and he's on the wrestling team. And he's got plans. And then Samantha, my granddaughter, she goes to school here in Georgia. She just got back from Europe. She was one of 40 that got selected to go to Europe on a student thing. I don't forget what they call it, student thing. She just got back, and I talked about her trip on Monday. And then my other grandson, who's 26, he works out at Yellowstone National Park. And he's out there on a contract working out there. So I just really want to get rid of this pink. I don't know. And I blend things in with paint. So yeah, you like silence too. Yeah, I don't know. I just, like I said, I'll listen to music on occasion. Hubster loves music. He has a big boom box thing that he hooks his Spotify up to and listens to. We have tons of music on our phones, and he'll throw it over onto his big boom box. And it's so funny because Oliver loves music. The cat, Oliver, he loves listening to music. If Hubster's down in the den listening to music, Malibu is right there, sitting there, listening to music with him. So see, I like that back piece there. All right, so we'll save those back things. All right, so here, I like this. I like him, so we're going to cut him down or tear, because if you tear, I think I'll cut this edge here, and I'll tear the back side here, because when you tear an edge, it's easier to blend. It's easier to blend. And I think I'm going to get rid of some of this back here, because I want some map. I want some map in here. See if I can get around that mustache there. Let's go around this. So yeah, I have 3 grandchildren. What about you? Do you have kids? Let's see. Tina, usually YouTube video. Yeah, well, Tina, that's what I said. I don't mind listening to a YouTube in the background. It's music. Music affects your emotions. YouTube doesn't usually affect my emotions unless I get mad. But music does, you know. So yeah, I'll listen to YouTube's in the background. All right, there we go. All right, so now I think I'm going to tear and I'll put some clocks and watches and things around here. Like that ear's not going to show from the other person that was sitting here. Okay, now I got to decide where I want to cut some. This is too tall. So I think we'll, for the journal, you know, this has it's got to fit in my journal. That's just right there. Okay, so I can keep a little bit of that. This can go, this can go. All right, let's see. Hi, Nanamo. Sip of water. All right, let's see here. So we got him. And we have this right here. Maybe I'll do a double page spread. I don't know. Some of these, I think I've done a couple that are not double page spread. Most of them are. So where'd my guy go? Oh, here he is. There we go. Let's see. All right. Maps. Where's my maps? Let's see what I want here. I kind of like this. I like this part. I don't want this whole thing, though. I think I might cut this out. We'll cut this out and see what happens. You got your copy of... Oh, Nanamo. Okay. I'm not going to buy that book. It's too monstery. You know, it's a little too... I don't know. I love all his other books. I love Serene. Serene is my favorite. I have 2 copies of Serene. And I've colored tons in Serene. But View is working in it. View is working in Lorraine. Yeah, just, I don't know. And same thing for the Nick, what do you call it? No, not Nick. The one that Cat and Pace was working in with the fairy tales, the dark fairy tales. Who does that one? The dark fairy tales View. I don't care for that one either. I don't mind some goth, but some of it's just like I don't want I'm not gonna color a whole book of it. Just gonna, saying. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, Nanamo. Yeah. You got you got the spiders? Okay, well, Joanne has not got the ATCs yet, Keek, so we'll see. But yeah, there was some spiders in the collage book, and I said, Keeks will probably like these. So she did. She wanted them, so I sent them to her. So let's see. That might even go off the edge a little. So let's see. And the other thing is if you glue over the edge, you have to realize that the more you open and close, even after you've, what do you call it, varnished it, it's still going to crack in the spine. So, all right, let's see. Do I want it to come over a little? Maybe not that much, because I think I'm going to put him on the edge. He's going to be on the edge of the world. Something like that. All right, let's see. Do I want some more mappage down here? Maybe. Let's see. I think I want these ships. I want it to look like maybe he's a steampunk, like ship captain or something. I don't know. But I don't want all this. I just want mostly this right in here. Maybe I'll cut it right there. And cut this off here. And cut this off here. Oh, we're going to make it work. So a lot of mappage, something like this. And we'll paint in everything. And I like that this is right here in this corner. Yeah, an adventure. Yeah, steampunk adventure guy. All right, so there's that. Now, let's see, what else do I want? Some more steampunk stuff and maybe some of my watches here, clocks. All right, let's see. I'm just taking my time and playing here because I love this journal. I'm really happy with this journal, and I'd like to have all the pages done. And so if I have this here somehow coming, I'll have the hands of time coming off of it. All right, let's cut this down here. What else do I have? These are really too big. Let's put those to the side. I did want to use some of April Clark's new texture here. Maybe we can do some kind of what do you call it down here or in the back? Some mountains or both? Some mountain things made out of texture. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to pick by color. So I'm going to kind of just leave it right here while I can kind of pick by color. I did flip through this book. See, that's kind of cool. It was a little too blue. I did flip through this book on I'm just going to pull a few sheets as I think might work. I flipped through it on Monday. That's a little too teal. This is a good blue right here. I'm liking this blue. So we're going to use a piece of that maybe. Okay. Tell y'all, I use my books, people. I use them. Oh, that's good too. I'm just going to flip through the whole thing and see what catches my eye. It kind of works with this, but really not with this. So we'll pass on that. Okay. We'll roll with the ones I picked. Okay. I'm going to go with these three in some form or fashion. All right, let's move this off. Don't need any more watches. Don't need these. Have their own. Okay. The only other thing I really wanted to use, and then I got my wax paper to put behind while we're painting and gluing. I get nervous every time you rip a page. Tina. Oh, see, I want to make sure that like these little ships show. So, and that's probably going to just probably be black back there. I don't think maybe some blue. I don't want, this is going to get lost, I think. Maybe not. All right, let's cut some of this down here. maybe that'll work. Could put some other, some, what do you call it, mist coming through those little turrets or whatever they are. Okay. Because I want this here, this. So if I can keep this lined up on the edge, because I want this boat to show. I don't want to cover up that little boat right there. Then I like the map too. But all right, so let's see if we do some. Let's see if I do some. Do some kind of water-esque something going on down here. Something like this. And we'll cut off anything that's down off the edge. And then this is going to go a little bit over here, over the side here. And remember, we're going to paint as well. This is going to go right in here. And now I need some more something here like this. That's going to make too much. That's too, I think we're going to go with this. Some of this behind here. I think that'll be good. And the water over that. Same thing for down here. I think we'll do like this. Like that. Okay, I'm liking this. All right. It's flashed out a little bit there. All right, let's move the rest of the watches over. The back side of the dark blue one has some color that go with the windows. Yeah, I didn't want to do too much pink. I didn't want to go with too much pink. And this is going to be black. And we're going to have stars or something too, He'll be coming out of the space-time continuum. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, so there we're going to start with this. All right, so what I'm going to do is, let's move some of this off here so I have some space. Get some wax paper. We'll put the wax paper behind, and then we're going to slide them off. So I can kind of keep kind of an idea where everything's going. Okay. Okay. It's never exact. I mean, you can take a picture. You can take a picture so you can do it exact if you want. Or sometimes when I have to have something a little more exact, like when I'm doing the disc, then I will put it all on a disc and just get a new disc and work on a new disc. You know what I mean? So I'm working off of one that's already set and then another one that I can work on. He's getting sucked in by the portal. Maybe. Now see how it went dark again? All right, let's brighten it back up. Okay. So I'm going to get some matte medium on my little, and this is what I use to glue, and I'll show you the varnish in a little while. It's the same glue and varnish I always use. That's probably a little much, but we'll see. But you keep some plastic over the lid so that you don't glue the lid to the jar, because it'll happen. Ask me how I know, but this is what it is: golden matte medium. And you don't have to get this giant jars. Janet gets these for me for my birthday every year. But you can get them smaller. You can get smaller jars than this. All right. So let's see. Let me get a brush. Let me get a little bigger one here somewhere. That one's not quite big enough either. Let's see. And let's go with this one. Now oh wait, here we go. This one over here. This one's good. Get it wet. All right, we're getting ready to glue. Everyone's nice. I'm sorry. Did somebody say something, Tina? Well, hopefully, if they did, Tina or Janet's already banned them. So you got to be nice here, people. All right, let's see. And we don't do politics or religion. So, I mean, you can ask for prayer or something like that, but we don't do politics or religion here. It's too divisive. Too divisive. All right, let's see. It's kind of, we're probably going to go back right over both of them here. And then you want to put it on the back side. And go right over here. Some of this is going to be covered up too. And I'll go off the edge because then I can trim it. I'll just trim it off the edge. You know, if it goes over the edge. Plus, I'm going to paint. So, let me get a card. Thanks, Janet. A troll. Okay. All right. So, we don't have too many trolls anymore. So, we're thankful for that. All right. Let's see. Now, I want probably this piece next. Let's go ahead and put a bunch of matte medium down. And I put a generous amount because that way there's a lot of matte medium underneath so that when you mash it down, it has something to kind of stick to fairly well. Okay, so let's go ahead and put some on the back here. And I want to kind of I want to kind of see exactly where this one's going. It's going on the edge, but let's see where the boat is, you know. I'll pull it down with a boat. What about there? All right. All right, let's see. But you really have to do this step. You have to mash it down or you're going to have wrinkles and bubbles and, you know, you really have to do this step. The only time you really have to be careful of this step is if you use fashion magazines, because fashion magazines, they're so thin. That's why they're so inexpensive. But if you don't, if you mash them down too hard, you're going to pull the ink off and tear them. So fashion magazines, you do have to be careful of when you do the mashing. Okay, so now we're going to go around that little ship. There we go. Let's put some more up here. There we go. All right. Hi, Shelly. Am I missing anybody? If I missed you, I'm not trying to. Put it in caps if you're talking to me. All right. Let's put a little bit more on there. So I want to make sure that's really mashed. All righty. Now let's go over to the other side. And we're going to put this paper down. We'll paint in the crevice there if we need to. And it'll hang off the edge and we'll just trim it when we're done. Okay. Give me a minute, guys, so I can get this glued down. It just gives it some depth with all the different papers and textures. Yes, view. All right, now let's put him. Now we got to put the. We got to see where the watch is going to go. He's going to go right about there. No, we got to get the map. The map was the next piece. Okay, so let's kind of wait. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it here. On that down here. So that's right about on the, just over the edge, right there. Okay. And you really should, when you flip this over and put the medium on the back, you really should do it on another page because you can't stick it. You can't stick it together if you're not careful. It's a little bubble there. Yeah, I hadn't worked in this book for a while, and I said I need to keep at it. I'd like to finish it this year. Will I? Well, probably not. But Shelley, it's the Delusions, the Diana Reevely. It's like the craft color one. I can't show it to you right now. And besides, I painted it red. But yeah, it's the Delusions one, craft color. I've done about, I don't know how many of these. Maybe when we're done with this, I'll pull out some of the other ones that I've worked on over the years. And most of them I've made to look like leather covers. I've painted them browns, different versions of browns, and I've used uh, different things in different ones. Maybe we'll pull some of those out after I'm done. Oh, all right, let's don't put that in there. All right, now I need to decide where exactly I want this. That's pretty good. What about there? Okay. Okay. We get a baby wipe. The other thing about getting matte medium on your hands, you know, and you can, I can't wear gloves to do this stuff, but to get it off your fingers is really, it's tricky. I have to use fingernail polish remover to get it off my fingers. It is very and it doesn't just roll off your hands like Eileen's tacky glue will just roll off your hands, you know. This won't. You're welcome, Shelley. I'll show you in a minute. I don't think I have any uncovered or unpainted ones, but I might have a wrap or something that you can see. All right, let's see. All right, let's just get a piece of wax paper here to put it on. I don't want to stick them to the face down over here. Okay. You want to see? Okay, view. I will pull them out in a few minutes. All right, let's put this down here. They're old. I mean, they're older ones, you know, that I've used for different projects and different samples and how to do things. All right, let's see. Here, these little pieces here. this and this here. This one a little bit there. And we'll trim it. Chair there. Okay. All right, I think we got everything glued down. And you can always, after you glue this down and I paint and everything, if you see someplace, oh, this needs some steampunk, we can cut some more little steampunk things out. And you can keep adding after the fact, but, you know, you got to get your base down. Then before you put your brush in water, you know, clean off the excess glue like that before you put this in the water. Okay, so there we go. All right, so I am going to remove the wax paper here, fold it over, and I want to put it back there because I still have some, I have to trim all these edges. So I'm going to hit it with the heat gun in just a second. But I'm going to take a quick BRB. Let me move this out of the way. I got tons of cards, so I never keep those cards. All right, so let's see. What do I got? Oh, I was thinking about trying to pull some of my, I don't know if I could find something that, you know, one of my, what do you call it? Hand carved stamp, but we'll see. All right. Well, I can't really put a BRB on him. Maybe over here on this side. There we go. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Malibu, you behave. All right, I got a little bit of the glue off, but let me get my baby wipe. Get another baby wipe here. Kind of see how it flakes. My hands are wet, but you see, it's it's hard to get the matte medium off your fingers without. And I use a craft scrubby sometimes, and even that doesn't really take it off. I have to use fingernail polish remover, but it doesn't bother me. I mean, only if it's going to get in my way, and then I'll sometimes take a minute. Let me move my chair back up. There we go. Oh, let's see. All righty. Let's get a little bit of the flaky off. Am I missing anything? All right. And I have these shirts. I made them into vests to go over my, you know, like kind of like an apron. So I use those for painting and stuff. All right, let's see. Let's move these up there. Now let's get the heat gun, and that might bother Malibu, but we'll see. All right. And if you drive it back, it helps with any, it helps to flatten it out. I'm going to stop for a second because I got a little wad of matte medium right there. All Missy. Anybody else I miss coming in? Hi, Mama Four. Home from vacation. Listen, you do. Oh, well, welcome back. Hope you had a good vacay. All right, I think that's good enough. I mean, it doesn't have to be 100% dry before you can start playing with the paint, but you want to make sure it's 100% dry before you close your book. And that goes for the matte medium, the paint, the varnish. And I don't usually varnish until at least the next day. I mean, I've done it occasionally to show y'all, but you really want to wait a day till this is 100% dry before you put on the varnish. All right, let's see here. So now I am going to have to kind of turn these so I can get the edge, cut the edges here. Okay. And I am going to edge them all with gold like I did the other ones. All right. But these books are cardstock weight. I'd say maybe, I'm trying to think, and they're rounded edges. Maybe, I don't know if it's 110 weight. Maybe. I'm sure it says. I'll look. I usually keep the sleeves in the little pocket, so I'll look and see. All right, I got to turn this away. and for Shelly or anybody else that wants to know what these dilutions look like. Okay. Down here a little bit. Let's see if I can get there. I might have to get the little scissors. Yeah. Right there in the corner. Okay. Looking at all the edges here. Hang on, I'll look at chat here in just a second. All right. There we go. Now we can get to the painty part. Let's see. Let me look for something in caps. He went to Kansas. Okay. All right. Well, welcome back. Tex. Hi, Tex. Joyce. Did I miss anybody? All right. So all these other areas are going to be painted in. And we'll give it a second here. Let's see. Let me move my, I kind of wanted to, let me move my matte medium out of the way until if we decide to glue anything else down. Now I will put this back, put the wax paper back wherever that should be okay. But any place that I want to paint that's going to go by the edge. And of course, I'm going to outline it with a gold pen. All right, so let's see. And I'll get my palette. I don't want to set it on there. It's not quite dry. It might be pulling up paper. All right, let me look real quick at my, this out of the way. I want to look real quick at the my stamps. I kind of wanted to stamp some of my stamps out and maybe put one or two on here. Let's see. All right, I got to move the book. I have to move the book because it will peel up my paper, and I don't want that to happen. All right, let's see what we got here. We haven't used our stamps in a while. I got birds. We could put a bird on it. Or I love my little gecko. Maybe I should stamp out some geckos. Let's just try it. My gargoyles. Y'all have seen my carved stamps before. And if y'all haven't seen, oh, an owl, maybe an owl. Maybe an owl too. Let's see. Well, maybe an owl. I got my gargoyles and my gargoyles. What's this one? Another gargoyle. Okay, we'll go with the owl and the gecko. See what we can do with that. So let's paint stamp those. And I don't know if I want to paint them or stamp them. Let's see. Probably paint if I'm going to go over it with varnish. So let's see. Oh, let's move this back. So what I'll probably do is stamp out a few of them and in maybe a couple of different colors, and then see what I'll cut them out. We'll see. I might not use them at all. We'll see. I just haven't used them in a while. So if y'all missed, I'm going to do a quick. Let me put this here. I'll do a quick little flip while I look at the sleeve here. Let's see that. Yep, I did keep it. So these covers are this color when you get them. They're craft color. Like, well, not cardboard color. They're more a craft color. But I paint them all and I varnish them. But they are, this is the back sleeve. This is the back sleeve. This is the front one. This is what it looks like. So it comes with the wrap on it, but it's not red. I painted it red and put 2 coats of varnish. But this is what it is right here. The Dilutions Creative Journal. They also come in squares, and they also come in like, maybe, I don't know, 7 by 8 by something, 5.5 by 8. They come this big as well. So this one is 64 page unlined pages with the envelope. I'm trying to see the weight. This is the back belly band. I was trying to see if it said the weight of the paper. 2016. They still make them, but I don't see any paper weight, the weight of the paper. So, but I do keep these because people do ask. And they all come with a little envelope like this. All right, so I'll do a quick flip of what I got in here so far. Yeah, they come in black too, Kat. You're right. And I think I had a black when I gave it to Denise, I think. So, and I have varnished the ones I finished and outline them in gold with a gold paint pen. Same way I do my discs. I don't have any discs in here. If anybody has not seen one of my discs, I can go pull one off the wall. Well, they're sitting in like plate holder things on the wall. So it's not like I'm really pulling them off the wall. But if you haven't, I'll go get one if you haven't seen it. So I skip around so that way it keeps the spine flat as can be. So, and like I said, I varnish them. So this one's not done. We started doing this, and it's going to take a minute to paint in all that. And I may or may not like it. I may just paint over the whole thing. I don't know. We'll see. Well, Tina, you have it because it's your cat. That's why, Marley. Okay, so this one, I really like this one, my astronauts. You gonna show? No, it's a wood disc, Arlene. I hope I can't put a finger through it. Funny girl. Here's my little time traveler one. My rabbits in the woods. See, this is kind of creepy. I don't mind this kind of creepy. And then here's the one we're working on now. This one we're working on now. This one. Thank you, Devin. This one, my robots, which I did not let dry and stuck them. So I got to I'll work on. I took a picture of it before they stuck. So I already have the picture. I put it in Procreate. I got rid of the I throw them in Procreate, and then I can get rid of the seam, and then leave a make it into a little giveaway. This one, this was daylight savings time page. There's my lemurs. There's my grandmother in the mushroom tree world. They do look better varnished, right, Nanamo? Okay, got a little stuck right there. I think that's it. So let's go back over here. And I'll put this paper right here. So we can think. All right, so let's see. If I want to do it, I don't want a heavy cardstock, but I want it kind of, let me just see what I got handy. Because right now there's papers everywhere. Let's see what I got over here. Yeah, this was probably pretty good. Let's see. This is probably about a 60 weight. That'll be good to stamp with. All right, so let's see. Do we want to roll out some paint and stamp these with some acrylic paint, and we'll try to match these up. Let's see. We could have a golden owl, maybe. Not gold, but like yellow ochre kind of golden. Let's see, what do I have here? Because I don't want it to clash. That's a little light, but we can add a little bit of brown to it. Maybe that for the owl. And I'm going to do a whole bunch of them. We'll cut them out and just see what happens. May not use them. And I still have to paint the backgrounds here. My little iguana, I'm going to want in some teals or this blue. We'll do a couple colors. Let's see. That's a little too blue, but let's see. That color. This color is Deep Midnight and the teal. We'll do both. Let's see. Where's the dark teal? I know I have one sitting here. Yeah, these two colors. We'll see what happens. All right, so I'm going to get out. Let's see. Yeah. Need some. I'm going to need something to brayer off. Let's put these right here. We'll brayer off on a sheet of this too. What kind of paint do you use on the cover? Just acrylic paints. Acrylic paints. Almost all my collages are done with just craft paint, Americana Deco craft paint. Now, sometimes when I'm jelly plating, I'm not going to do it today. I'm jelly plating today, but I'm still going to use the craft paint. But I will use all kinds of things. I'll use golden. I'll use heavy body paints. I'll use another heavy body brand. I'll use other things when I'm jelly plating, because that makes different kind of good papers. But here, I just use craft paints. Let's see. So let's see. And I want to try to stamp some of these. Let's see what we can do here. Let's move this over so I don't make a big mess. Let's see how I want to do. I don't have a lot of room here. This is all the room I have. Okay, so let's see. And we'll brayer off. Okay, so I just want these two things, and I'm just going to do a few of them. Let's do the iguana. So I'm just going to use a little bit of craft paint. I don't need a whole lot because we're just stamping. But I want a couple of shades of color in it. Let's just see how much this goes. Okay. And I'm going to do a couple different colors. Okay. I don't want to brayer it off yet because I might need some more. Okay, let's see. I might have got too much paint. We'll see. It's not bad. And I can also add more. There we go. That's better. I can add more, like I can put some yellow ochre in there. But But I just like my hand-carved stamps, and I don't use them enough. I'm going to do a wad of them. We'll do a wad of iguanas. Iguana wad. Yeah, it does, Laverne. I put a couple of coats of red, and then I varnished it, though. Laverne, I varnished it. Let's just fill up the whole sheet while we're at it. I'm not going to cut them all out now, but I'll have them for, let's see, let's get the rest of this. There now. And you can also go in, I mean, I like the way it looks like hand-carved stamp, but you can go in there and fill in. You know, if you don't like a little area or something, just, you know, get a paintbrush and go in there. I'll show you. Hang on. Let's get all that off there. Okay, now let's let me clean my little iguana. And let's just stamp it off the excess. Okay, now let's pick up the rest of this. Because I'm changing color. All right. Now, well, I should have, before I picked it up, do the little bit of painting in, but that's okay. We'll do it on the other one. So we got some iguanas stamped out. Now let's do some owls. Let's do some yellow and some yellow ochre and some, what color is this? Milk chocolate. All right. Just doing two colors because it gives it a little bit more, you know, depth. Got a little too much there. Let's just wipe a little off. There we go. Okay. Let's see what the owl does. Could be a little darker, I think. Well, I don't know. We wanted to show up. I'll do this color, and then I'll add a little darker brown, maybe. And I think in my playlist, there's hand-carved stamps. Iguana wad. Iguana wad. All right, let's see. Let's do a little dark brown. Let's see. So I can always paint in there with some gold too. Just a little bit. Might have got too much on there. We'll see. It's okay. And you can ink these too. I mean, you can just use ink. You know, you'd want to use waterproof ink if you're going to use it in a collage like this. Because otherwise, when you varnish it, you're going to move it. Just saying. You have this waterproof if you're going to varnish or go over it with matte medium, because you'll move it if it's not waterproof. All right, I think that's enough. Okay. All right, let me clean my little owl off here. And these are, you know, it's rubber, so it's real. It's real sturdy. Okay, come back here, owl. All righty. All right, let's put these back in the box. Cleaned off. All right. Now let me just pick this up over here. And see, look how cool that'll be for a landscape or a texture or a postcard. So that gets saved. All right, now this is as clean as it. Well, let me do one thing, because you know Janet's going to be yelling if she's watching. Just go around the edge. And then I'll take my, I will wipe off the brayer a little bit. Hi, Miriam. Thanks. Kat put a link to my hand carved stamps. It's really easy to hand carve your stamps, people. It's really easy. Just get one of those little speedball tools, and it's really easy. All right. Get some more baby wipes. Let's see, a piece of paper there. All right, let's go ahead and dry these and cut a couple out. And we'll see what we're going to do with them. Maybe nothing. We'll see. If I use these, I think I'm going to put gold, like, gold paint in it, because I'm going to edge the thing in gold, so that will kind of bring it out. All right, let's see. Okay, I like these three right here. I got good prints with those three. These will still be good for Happy Mail or something, but let's see about using those three. And then, let's see, I like that owl. Probably just one owl. Okay. Alrighty. Hi, Erica. All right. If y'all have any questions, put it in caps. After I do this page, I'll pull out those other journals just so you can kind of, I know I've pulled them out probably maybe a month ago or something. I don't know. We have so many that we've done over the years. We've been doing, well, I say we, I've been, if you're here with me for 15 years, then it's a we. Oh, Mary, thank you, Mary. Thank you so much. You'll be getting something else for your Dee Dee journal, Mary. Mary's making a journal with all my art that she's got over the years. Where's my Sharpie pen here? I gotta write this down. Oh, Mary, thank you, Mary. I'll be sending you out something else for your journal of my art. You're so cute. Thanks, Mary. And Mary streams usually really early in the morning and then sometimes Friday nights and Sunday nights. So go follow Mary and yeah. Thanks, Mary. I usually turn Mary on early in the morning because we get up so early. And she's not streaming as early as she was, but she still comes on pretty early, especially if you're on the West Coast. I mean, it's practically the middle of the night for y'all. But I'm on the East Coast, so when Mary streams, it's an hour later, so it's not quite that early for me. Like if she comes on at 6, it's 7. If she comes on at 5, it's 6 here, so it's not too bad. So, but she's on really early. All right, almost got these done. And I don't know if I'm going to use them. I'm going to paint the, get the painting done and see if they fit in somewhere. Of course, I don't have to use their whole bodies. They can be coming out from behind a building or, something. We'll see. Same thing for the little owl. I'd like the owl probably, somewhere. Maybe, I don't want to say on his shoulder, but maybe over here on his shoulder. Oh, thanks, Mary. You do the same. I'll tell you, of all the people that have used the Society of Idea Collector, nobody has used it more extensively and intensively and inspirationally than Mary. Mary knows how to rock a Society of Idea Collector notebook. Just saying. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, let's turn the light down a little. Got to adjust to the colors. All right, so I think next I'm going to go ahead and get out some black and some of this teal. A couple of, maybe this. I'll pull this. Maybe a little teal. We'll see. All right, so let me get let's put it on here. Put a little of the blue, a little of the teal. That's probably all I'll need. All right, and we're going to set these aside for a minute. Got my baby wipes, and let's just see what we can do. I'll start with finger painting. Let's go ahead and get. I need to probably get another piece of wax paper. This is going to be all the way off edge here. Okay, and I'll probably need a brush along with my finger painting. Thanks again, Mary. A little bit of black, I imagine. All right, got my colors. Bring this down just a little bit. There we go. All righty. Let's see what we can do here. I think I'll start with the brush in the middle here. So let's go ahead and get this blue. Maybe a little black. Now remember, you want to make sure, especially in the crack here, you want to make sure it's dry before you close this book. Let's just go ahead and go up to this edge here. Might make this into like a little bit more of a shape. A little more blendy. Soften it there. This is where, in my head, I'm going, shh, 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 shh. Now, I don't want to lose his hat. I might have to do a little bit of a highlight on there, just so I don't lose it, and we'll come back. Because I don't want to lose where his hat edge is by going right up to it with black. I don't see anything in caps. So I'm going to keep going, guys. I'll probably cut a couple other steampunk gears out of the book to add to on top of this here. I may not need to finger paint. It's not a lot to paint today. A little bit over here. Let's see, I need the blue over there. A little bit of the blue in here. Okay. I need a little white. I need to lighten this up just a little. Feel a sneeze coming on. All right, let's add a little bit of white to that blue. There we go. Match that up. Blendy blend. Don't know how far I want that to go. Let's see. Let's put the darker back in here. Blend it. We'll put some more steampunk stuff in here, kind of cover up this hard edge of this map. I think we'll do that. Y'all still with the tour? Is that my lawn guy or the next door lawn guy? I hear a weed eater. I don't need to get too in the weeds right here because, like I said, I'm going to cover that up with some steampunk stuff. All right, right in here, though, I think I'm going to want some waves. All right, we'll do that in a second. All right, let's go ahead. See, this is the fun part for me, is all the details, and it always has to come at the end when you're running out of time. But you got to get all the base done first, you know? You're still on the Seafaring Adventure? Thanks, Devin. And don't forget, guys, Devin comes on at 3 Eastern. Okay, let's go ahead and get this edge done. Just a little bit. It's going to have gold, so I don't have to do too much really to this edge because it's going to have a gold edge with the pen. But we'll just make sure it's not too much to have to. Okay, so we're going to do this, and then I'm going to want to do some. Let me clean my brush. Do a little bit of dry brush waving. Malibu's snoring. Let's see. Okay, We'll do some mist coming around up in there. All right. And we can add some more Posca highlights to this if we need to. Just a little bit of water, something flowing around in there. All right. Before we do too much, though, I do need to cut out some gears. Okay, let's do that next. I still haven't decided on. I'm going to need some stars here and some speckle for the water. Let me make a bucket of stars here. And this is a place where I add water to water this down to make a bucket of stars. Let's see, and I need a floppy brush. I like these, just these inexpensive little calligraphy brushes that are real floppy. And a little more water. How do I do? Okay, then I'll put my hand over it and tap it to get the excess paint out. See? A little bit more. And there's going to be gears here and gears here, so. Okay, we'll let that sit for a minute while I cut some gears. All right, let's rinse out the brush. I'll hit this with the heat tool here in a minute too, but for a minute I'm just going to sit it over here. I think that's good. I don't think I'll need that now. Let me get my Timekeeper's Atlas out again. Well, I think I'm going to have to move everything over. I don't have any place to. There we go. Oh, let's find some gears. All right, let's see. That's a good little one there. I don't want to cut that big clock out because I like that. All right, here's some clocks. I don't really need the clocks. I need gears. I need gears. Gearage. There's gearage right there. I don't want to lose my little man, though, here. He'll be good for another something. There's a few. Oh, here we go. I don't want to cut her up. She's her own thing. Let's see what else I can find here. Could probably use that. Oh, here we go. Oh, I don't want to lose him either. I could probably use this one. Hi, Judy-O. Judy-O, Samantha went to one of the thrift shops. I don't know if it was one you recommended, but now I can't think of the name of it. I didn't write it down. On Monday, we talked about all the things that all the countries and everything she went to. I'm looking at some of those. And she went to a thrift shop and she got her a $5 pair of very expensive Devin jeans, and I don't even remember them now. Okay, I can get that. I won't be messing up with her too much. But thanks for the recommendations, Judy. I like those. Okay. I think I could keep the ladies and just get in the middle here and get these gears out of the middle. Maybe I'll keep that one just in case. Let's do these here. Okay. I do like this blue clock. No, I don't need that. Okay, I think we got enough. All right, let's see what we can do here. All right. You can always fiddly brush paint, so any kind of thing we need to fill in too. See, I'm going to want some in here. That can cover right over that map right there. I'm going to want a couple in here, and I'm going to want one or two over in there. And then I'll probably see about putting the owl maybe somewhere on his shoulder. I don't know. I'm going to have to fill it in if I do. Like black in there. Put black in the owl. Or do I really want them, or do I want, I don't know. I don't think they're going to work. I stamped those for nothing, I think. I don't think they're going to work on here. I didn't plan them enough. I didn't plan them enough. I'm going to have to paint them out. You know, they're too stark compared to this. This is so dark. I'll try to paint the owl out. Sip of water. I was looking Monday. Okay. She had such a good time. When next time she visits, we'll get her to talk, tell us more about her adventures. But it was really, if y'all missed it, she told the most impressive thing, not necessarily her favorite or the most memorable, but the thing that impressed her about each country that she went to. I can pull that back out. Let's see, I want that down there. Okay, hang on. I'll read them as I'm cutting here, or I'll note them. So she said for London, the most impressive thing to her was the tube. The trains, the subway systems that they have there. She said that really impressed her. She said within a week, she could find her way anywhere that tube went. She had it down pat. She got a job, so she was working somewhere in London at a boutique. I can't remember the name of the boutique. But anyway, she was working at a boutique in London Mondays and Tuesdays. Then she went to school Wednesdays and Thursdays, and I think Friday, Saturdays, and Sunday they traveled. So, see, that's right on his hat there. I do like that's a little big. I think I'll put a smaller something right there. Here, this little one of these little gears here. Maybe the owl stamp. Well, I think if I fill it, Devin, if I fill the white in with black, I think then it might work. It's just too white, it's too stark. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to fill it in with black and see what happens. And we'll try. Okay, so then, and probably not going to get it all in exact order, but then maybe I got it in order. We tried to ask her what the next, country after country. Denise, this is Denise's handwriting too, so I've got to read somebody else's handwriting again. All right, so I think that right there, that's going to be good. So then she went to Germany, and she said, and so they just went to Frankfurt. And she said Frankfurt was, of all the countries they went, she went to England, London, Germany, Spain, Prague, Vienna, Budapest, Croatia. She said that Frankfurt was the most like us, US, of any of the countries. She said when she got off the plane in Frankfurt, she said I could have walked in, it could have been the Atlanta airport. The highways, everything was just the most like the US. Is this interesting to y'all? Hi, CB. Okay, it almost looks like an earring, like a pirate. There we go. That'll work. And so, and she's again, this is just one, the most, the most impressionable thing that she noticed about these countries. It's not the only thing, right? Okay, wait a minute. I got to think. Okay, I want these right in here. I don't think I want that. I want this right here. So that's what she noticed in Frankfurt. Then she went to, I'm just trying to kind of fussy cut and talk here. Then she went to Spain, Alicante, Spain. I don't know if I'm reading Denise's handwriting. She made some adjustments in that spelling. She said that beautiful beaches, beautiful mountains, and beautiful people. She said they had the neighborhoods and the architecture and everything just all looked so expensive. And they stayed at B&Bs now, mind you. All the girls did. I think I'm going to need something else here too. I'm going to need one more thing right there to kind of cover up that transition right there. This one maybe. This one will probably fit back in there. And so that's what she said about Spain. And they, anytime they could go to the beach, they went to the beach. They went to the beach. Okay, there we go. That worked. Okay, I think that's probably enough. Maybe one right there. I got a half a gear right here. Let's just put that little piece of gear right there. Right there on that edge, maybe. Oops. Okay, we're going to go with this. And I hope see, some of those aren't dry yet. I really need to dry this. I should have dried it before I started laying everything down on here, but it is what it is now. All right, and then let me go ahead and take my little owl and my Sharpie pen. Then they went to Prague, and she said that it was the most beautiful city she'd ever seen with tunnels. You'd go down a tunnel and up a tunnel, and you'd come out. She said it was like a Mario game. You'd go down a tunnel and you'd come out into a city. You'd go in another tunnel, you'd come out like in a forest. She said it was the most beautiful city she had ever seen. Prague. Okay, hang on. I'm going to stop reading for just a minute while I color in my little owl. Hang on, guys. If this doesn't work, we just won't use them. But it's too stark on this page of muted everything. Then they went to Vienna, and she said they had the most beautiful art and art museum. She spent 6 hours in one art museum, and Vermeer is now her favorite artist. That's her favorite. And I showed a bunch of postcards and other things too on Monday. I'm just reading off this little paper that Denise wrote down for us. And she said that of all the cities that she went to, she felt the safest in Vienna. She said she would, if she was traveling by herself, that she would feel safe in Vienna. She just said the vibe, the feeling that she got, that she was safe there in Vienna, Austria. Okay, then, wait a minute, let's finish this. See, it's a little less stark, right? Even though I did miss a few spots here. I could fill in with some gold or something, but there we go. I don't know. I still don't know that I like it. I'm kind of trying to think of it as some kind of a metal owl, but I'm not loving it. I'm not loving it. Let's get all the gears glued down. So what I'm going to do is get my matte medium here and a little brush. Let's find a little brush here and glue these down. Now I got another little brush. Here we go. Okay. Then I know CB, right? Then Budapest, she said, had the nicest people and the coolest nightlife. She said they've revamped like old buildings. They're called the ruins, and they've revamped all the not all the old buildings, but a lot. Revamped a bunch of old buildings and made it into. And you can look it up. She said online. If you look up the ruins in Budapest, you'll see what she's talking about. And I'm going to kind of mash this down because I'm not using my card here to mash this down. And I'm also hoping that the little stars are dried because I'm going right over everything now. Okay. What else did she say? But she said they had the nicest people in Budapest. Then Croatia, she went to Split, Croatia, the beach. And hang on. Oh, let's see, where did that go? Oh, yeah, I was going to give him that earring there. It's kind of an earring, like a steampunk pirate world traveler guy. Okay. They spent 2 days at the beach and they went on an 8-hour island boat tour thing. And she just thought how beautiful it was. And of course, got to go on a boat for 8 hours. Yeah. Owl perched on the window. Well, really what I want, maybe what I want to do over here is have mist. I'm going to have mist floating through. What do I do with my owl? Oh, there he is. You mean just kind of over here somewhere? Like here? See, I don't know. He just looks out of place, doesn't he? Doesn't he look out of place? What about right there? Doesn't he look out of place? This would be the only place I could think of where he could go. Y'all look at him there for a minute. Tell me what you think. Because I'm going to have mist floating in and out here. What do y'all think? Yes or no? I'm saying no. But if y'all think it might work, I'll use him. It's a no for you, yeah, Terry. All right, see, it's a no. See, it just doesn't fit. I could give him some, like, if I gave him some pupils. No, he's not going to fit. All right, we'll pass on the owl. I mean, I could find a collage owl. All right, I am going to need a little bit of a card. I'm going to need to mash this right here because it's got to be in that crack right there. So anyway, that's some of her travel experiences. Yeah, it looked out of place to me too, Leona. And hi, Leona, by the way. Anybody else coming in I missed? Oh, I want to put that under there. There we go. All right, let's mash that a little. Did I get them all? I think so. All right, let's dry this, and then I'm gonna put some mist, and I think we'll probably be done. He needs a little highlight in his glasses, I think. All right, let's clean the brush, move the scissors. I gotta look out the window, see if that's my lawnmower or if it's next door neighbors. Oh, man. I think it must be the next door. I don't see a truck out there, rather. All right. Yeah, it's just he's just not the right owl. All right, let's see. Do I want a little bit of? Let's put a little reflection in his glasses there. Probably best to do with Posca because it's still damp. And we'll kind of just give it a little bit of a. Okay. All right, let's see now. Gonna need some mist. Some of these these little iguanas out of the way. All right. Let's dry this. Yeah, Barbara, little owl looking out. Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's think of which book might have the most chance of me finding an owl. I can just probably find a sticker. That might be the easiest thing. Let's look at this real quick. Let me look in this book real quick, see if I can find an owl. If not, we'll look at a sticker book. Okay, let's see. And Denise did snag my sticker book, that Maria Rivens sticker book. She did take it, by the way. See, I'd be more apt to put dinosaurs peeking out. Little dinosaurs peeking out. I like the dinosaur idea. We might do that. But I'll look for an owl. Okay, here we go. We're getting into the birds now. There's one right there. Okay. All right. Maybe we'll do an owl and a dinosaur too. Let's see. Because I had my iguana in mind. Since we're not using the iguana. All right, let's see what we can do here. All right. I'm a quick fussy cutter, so we'll do this quick. Thanks, Keeks. So we'll see. And I'll probably be cutting them down. I'm going to cut them out first, and I'll probably end up cutting them down to fit it either in the window or around the window or. And I still have time to pull out the other journals that are this brand, if you will. 4 or 5 of them, I think. And they're for different things. One of them I use to do mixed media with color book pages. If I'll try to think of the tips I would tell you right now. If you put color book pages in your mixed media art journal, you need to make sure and color the piece, the image that you're going to use in a mixed media. You need to color it before you put it in your journal, because if you try to color it on top of collage or something, you're going to pick up all the texture. So if you use any um, color book pages, do I lose a leg? No. Yeah, like a journey to the center of the earth. Yeah, y'all know I love me some fiction. And he kind of fits that vibe, doesn't he? He's traveling, you know. Uh-oh, I did lose a leg. Okay, well, that's okay. Or a hand. We'll see where we want, if we want him. So, like here. Like he could be stepping out right there. So that needs to cut this part of his back leg off. Like he's coming out from behind there. So let me just grab some. So he's just going to be stepping out. And then I'm going to put mist coming around. So they'll look like they're in another time zone anyway, right? And you won't really see them unless you look hard. All right, this one, I think he needs to be right in here. Stepping out over there. Let's see. Maybe I can whittle him down just a little. Okay, so he'll be coming out right there. So I just got to trim that down. Okay. All right. They're going to be kind of inconspicuous. All right, let's see what I want to do with. Maybe he could be, this one might, maybe this one should be here, coming out behind those two things. So let's cut him at half. And then we'll have the brontosaurus long neck somewhere up here. Okay, so this one's more of a Komodo dragon, I think, than, although technically I guess it's a dinosaur. Okay, so he's going to be here. And then the other half of his body, where'd it go? Here, will come over here, or just the tail, or just part of it here. Let's see what we can do. You're going to have to really look around to see these guys. Yes, they're incognito dinosaurs, Tina. All right. Okay, so let's put the tail. We'll just go right off the edge. And then, because he's kind of behind this pillar, he's kind of behind that pillar right there. There we go. You can see his little foot and his little tail over here. And we'll just trim that tail down. There we go. All right, now the only other one is this one. And maybe we'll just have him peeking out over there. Or right here. Let me cut him out and see. And I'll probably put it in Procreate and get rid of the seam and maybe make this into a thank you. I've shown y'all how to do that. How many of y'all have Procreate or use Procreate? Have an iPad and use Procreate? Anybody? It's the easiest thing in the world. I don't use it near enough. But because I love doing the, you know, this kind of thing. All right, let's see where we could put him. I don't want him really standing on the outside. Do you know what I mean? He could be over here on the gears. He's getting lost regardless. Could put him down here. You know, like this is part of the, I think I'll put him down here just because we'll have him kind of stand out. Okay, let's dry, put some mist, and call it done. Well, it needs a gold edge, but I think I'll let it sit for a minute before I do the gold edge. So, like, let me show you on with the gold edge here. Oh, this one might have. See how I've got a gold edge around them all? I'll do that on this one as well. All right, let's dry. Oh, yeah, I showed those not too long ago, the mini comp books, Stephanie G. Yeah, I showed those a week or two ago. Yeah. You go to Photoshop more often. See, well, see, what I like about Procreate is the iPen, the iPencil. All right, so do I have enough? I don't really have any white paint sitting here. I really need full strength white paint to do this. All right, let me get a fresh baby wipe. Do I have any more? I'm going to have to get another pack out here. Okay, let's get a fresh baby wipe that's nice and soft and juicy. So I'm going to pick up some white paint. I'm going to mash. I'm doing this in my hand because it makes it mash into the baby wipe. Okay, I'm getting the paint into the baby wipe. Now, let's see here. Where's my dinosaurs? I lost them. All right, so let's see here. All right, so I'm in a couple of places where, and it's still wet, so I have a couple of minutes to. Okay, so now I'm going to soften this. Can always go back and add more. Don't want to erase my little dinosaurs there. Okay, let's make that thinner right there. It's going right over that crack, and it's leaving a little. There we go. That's better. Okay, we'll go around the earring there. Same thing for right there. I've got to kind of put it down heavy and then remove it. Because it's right there in the middle. So it's kind of going over the dinosaurs a little bit, but not too much. So they're kind of in the mist. Do I want it to come around this way? Maybe. Maybe I do want it to come around this way. Don't want to lose the whole dinosaur. Did I say yes, Stephanie, to... I'm sorry. Did I miss... I said yes to... I don't know. I answered your question, Stephanie. Remember collage? Yes. I showed them a week or two ago, Stephanie. You're talking about the mini collage books? Yes. I showed them a couple weeks ago. Okay, his little leg. I need to put a little bit of... didn't quite get his leg down. Let's put a little extra glue on his little leg there. Okay. Come on, pen. Get back in there. Don't quite want it coming into his face. There we go. See, his little horn is right there. So let's just kind of whittle that down a little. There we go. Okay, I think we're done. Let's put a little bit right there. Except for the gold edge. What do y'all think? I know you can't always see the dinosaurs unless you run up on them. They're up hidden up in there, you know. So yeah. All right, let me dry it a little bit real quick. And I'll pull out those other. Thanks. It was fun. Used a little bit of everything. Maybe next week I'll do something with it in Procreate or something. All right, let's see. Let's move some of this stuff out of the way. Some of the paint, little things. Let's move this to the side. Oh, let's pick up these little pieces because these are going to be made into a postcard. Oh, I got a postcard right up here. Okay, let's set this up here. All right, so let's move this to the side. Let me unplug my heat gun. And just make me a little path. Oh, this will go in the back. All these loose papers that I didn't decide not to use, they'll go in the back. They'll go in the back of the book so I can make something else. Oh, Devin, thank you so much. Thank you, Devin. I'm going to write you down for a print. These can go part of the postcard too. The rest of the reptiles. We'll pull those up there. Oh, thanks, Devin. Let me write you down. And send you one of the prints. And hopefully it'll get to you because obviously my artist trading cards are not making it to Joanne in 3 weeks. But most of the time, Devin usually gets my happy mail. So thank you, Devin, so much. All right, let me get the books, the journals. Let's see, this goes back up here, so I know where that is. All right, let's see here. Looking where they are. Excuse me, Malibu. I'll try not to disturb you too much. Oh, they're behind all my abandoned books. That's okay. I'll get to them. All right, hang on. right. Remember, these are old ones, guys. Okay. Uh-oh. And these are just the ones that are the same size as the one we're working on. All right, let's see. All right, so I'll see if I can put them in order. Just so I thought I had another one. Oh, I do. I've got at least one more. Do I have anything in this one yet? I think I just painted. This one I haven't worked in yet. I just have the cover done. And let's see, is that all of them? I'm looking. That may be all of them. It may or may not be all of them. Okay. So this one I did in 2022, and I just did the cover. And nothing's done on the inside yet. So, you know, I got to back up. I got to back up after the red one's done. All right. So let me see the dates here. See if I can put them in order. This one is 2015. This one is 2000. That's the first one, 13. And I have worked back. I've gone back and worked in them since. So that they're not just like everything in there's 2015. Everything in there's, you know, this is 2016. And then this is the newest one, I'm sure. So, and they're all in different stages. Yeah, this one's 16 and 16. So I think these, all right. All right, so let's see what we can do here. Let's move the little reptiles. Hang on, this is going to annoy me. Pile. All right, so let's see. This one is 2015. Let me adjust the lighting. Hang on. It's going to flash out there. It'll probably change. Look, see how the matte medium does, Janet? I'm just doing that to annoy Janet. All right, we'll just take a quick minute. So this one I painted all browns and made it look like leatherette, you know. So this was the very first Dye Illusions journal I got. All right, hang on. I've got to slide all this over because there's no room to move it. There we go. And I thought I bought it to do calligraphy in. I thought I'm going to do calligraphy. Get it out of the baby. I'm out. Got to replenish. This one right here is really bad, crusted up. And I started doing some calligraphy right here, and I said, no, I'm not going to fill this journal. I'm not going to fill this up. You can see how far I got. I'm not going to fill this up with calligraphy. So I went to, that's when I said, I'll just do mixed media collage. So, all right, let's get the lighting again. So these are older, 2000. Actually, this is 2013. Yeah, these are 2013. What did I say? 2013. Yeah, these are 2013. So these are probably, I was working, I was over on Ustream still. This is before I even came over to YouTube. So, but anyway, let's see how and I varnished some. If they're shiny and varnished, they're done. If they're not varnished, they're not done. All right, let's see. Oh, good grief. The lighting. Let's turn this down. Let's see. There we go. Now that's what it's supposed to look like, but when I turn the page, it's probably going to flash out again. We'll see. But anyway, so this is 2013. So these are some of the pages from then. And see, they don't stick together as long as you let the varnish dry. They won't stick even after all these years. So it's 35, it's 12 years ago. These are 12 years ago. So yeah, I really like him with his sword and his, yeah. And again, what I like about surrealism is unless I tell you what I was thinking when I did it, you have to leave it up to your imagination to see what you see in it. You know what I mean? So it's like, what do you see in the scene? So that's one of the reasons I love surrealism, is because you can interpret it in what's inside of you. So this one, I think I smeared those and I just left it as shooting stars because I can tell that's a smear. So you remember him? Well, yeah, you've been around since 2013. There's my Father Time. I had this as my watch. I think my very first iWatch. I forget what it was. I4. Anyway, I had this as my screensaver back. Well, like I don't think they call it a screensaver on the phone, but this was my home page. This right here. I love my owls. And I like this one too. And I think I had this one as my screensaver for a while. Now, what you're going to hear here are the pages that have not been varnished. Now, they're not really sticking, but they're not varnished, so they kind of Velcro sort of, but they're not. These aren't done yet, so they're not varnished. Once you varnish them, they're not sticking anymore, and they're not really sticking. They just need a bend because they're smashed into the bookshelf. So you can see this is how they start. It started out as just some, and I like to start with color themed. So you can see the color theme, and then I turn them into the scenes. Paint them in, blend them in. I don't know why that's. I think I put that there because we were going to work on that one day. Oh, let's do this one today. So like this one was 2017. So I went back into this book and worked on this. It's not been varnished yet, but it's essentially done. But this was 2017. Thanks, Devin. So you see how they start out? Just like this. All of them. They all start like that. And then they get painted into a world. Let's see here. A Wing and a Prayer. That one. These aren't done either. They're not varnished. They're not done. Okay, so there's that one, 2000, with a couple of exceptions. This was 2013. See, look at the spine. See how that's warped? It's because I went front to back. I think this is probably the place I learned. You got to skip around because otherwise your spine goes sideways. Okay. And the next one, we got 5 minutes. This one was 2015. And this one was a color book. Yeah. This one I used color book pages. It was like I was really getting more into the color booking here in 2015. 10 years ago, we were starting to really do a lot of color booking. And of course, I wanted to try to incorporate it into the mixed media. So there's a lot of color book pages in here. I see the varnish is the key. Just stick together. And you got to use, let me show you the varnish. Don't use Mod Podge. Do not use Mod Podge in your journals. I'm just going to warn you right now. Okay. I use this Dura Clear Deco Art Americana High Gloss Indoor Outdoor Gloss water-based varnish. You have to let it dry overnight before you close your book, just to be on the safe side. Okay. But once it's dry, you're good. And don't use Mod Podge in your journals. Okay, so let's see. Stop the page. Yeah. Now, if some of these if they're not varnished yet, they might kind of stick a little, but they're not pulling anything apart. But you got to let things dry before you close your book. Okay, so then this is when I started doing some color book images in the mixed media. Again, you need to color your images off. Here's the one I was working on this morning. You got to color your image off. Don't glue her down and then try to color, pencil color her in, because you'll pick up the texture of any mixed media you have. You need to color it, cut it out, and then glue it in. Okay. And if you use any kind of water-based, you can't varnish that. Okay. Well, you could spray it and you could try to seal it, but it's a little iffy. Okay. It's a little iffy with any other, any kind of water-based mediums. That what I just showed you, that woman, she's all color. That's color pencil. So it's okay. But yeah. All right. So here we go. This is just a little time portal here. There's no color book pages no coloring on color book images on here. This is just a pug I drew. I actually made a sticker out of him, and I was giving away stickers of him. Did him in 2015, and there's a lot of just backgrounds and textures, and none of this is jelly plated. By the way, I didn't have a jelly plate at this point. It wasn't long after this that I got one though, and when Jean had to show me how to do it. So anyway, and then here, this is not a color book image, it's just an image, but sorry, peeling off. This right here was the piece of collage that I started with, just that right there. And then all this is painted in, the whole landscape based off of this. But anyway, she's a deco art girl. I have a color book page of something similar. So these giraffes were out of a Creative Haven book. And again, colored and then cut out and then put on here. So, yeah. This was colored in. This was colored in. This was out of a Dover clip art book here. This is a Dover clip art book too. And so just lots of mixed media. And then some, this is a Dover. This is like my messy stage. Well, I should say, a lot of painty backgrounds to put the color book pages on. Okay, so here's an example. So she's just got paint on her, but if I start trying to cut pencil on that, see there's a bump right there. You'll be picking up all the bumps. That's a color book page that I colored separately, cut her out and put her in here. This has not been done yet. These are Dover clip arts, and they're, they should be colored, but if I try to color them now, they're going to be bumpy, But she's out of, I think, the Look book. I think she's out of the look, and I think I love the way her jean vest turned out. The jean turned out really good. Hi, Jane. Anybody else? Dot? Anybody else coming in? I'm showing some of the old 2013, 15, 16 books. Color book. Some of this is color book right here. Those flowers mixed in with other things, you know. But she's out of a color book. Not finished. Dover Angel. Color book. Color book. Color book. Then collage. Stenciling. Misting. Painting. Color book girl. Color book. Dover, I think. The Celtic knot. Just some stenciling. Color book. And collage. Goldilocks and the 25 Bears. Color books. Color book. And you can see, they're not all painted in yet. But I like them. I like them if I never finish them. Color book Dover, I think. Steampunk girl out of a steampunk, probably a Creative Haven book. See, this is how they start. Steampunk. This one's finished. I signed it 2015. Got a little time portal going on there. And then their color book pages. And then painted them in. See, I painted water over a mist. So they're, yeah. Janet, I've only been snapped at once, Kat. Oh, okay. Oh, I did that where the thing goes away or whatever, Janet. And this, I say it every time. I just love everything about this. I don't know if it's a texture, the color, the combo, the palette knife scraping, but I love this just like it is. This one, Colleen had sent me, and I don't put three-dimensional items in my journals much because then you can't work on the back side. You're fighting against texture, right? But she sent me a bunch of coffee ephemera and tags. So I did do a dimensional page here. More stenciling, a lot of spraying. Did a lot of ink spraying back then. Another, what do you call it? Color book page. Again, I love these colors. Stencil birds. Celtic knot, Dover. All the little fish are color book images cut out. Oh, okay. Nanamo. Color book. Stencil. Color book. Steampunk bird and frog. More stencils. A lot of stencil and spraying. Can y'all see that? Color book image. So there we go. That is 2015. 15, 16. Then we're going into 16 here, I think. Let's see what we got. Yeah, 2016. And here's, you can see where if I varnished it, they're done. And then some of these got more detailed. I started doing more detailed collages in these journals and trying to finish them. Like I said, it's hard to finish them on a stream because by the time you saw when I was gluing everything down in today's page, by the time you get done, you're almost out of time to do all the little fussy bits, right? Let's see. Hello, Rachel C. Who else am I missing? I said, does that have that? So yeah, look, we got a conspiracy chicken. Again, this is what they start out like. They start out like this, and then we turn them into this. Okay, let's see. That just laid out. This is one that did not work. This did not work. This looked like a honey bun. Supposed to be like wind and mist coming out of the door there with gold in it, and it turned out to look like a honey bun. Everything else I like, but this part right here just didn't work. I put stickles on it too. This was 2016, so I really like it, except for the honey bun. This is one of my favorites. I love my Native American lady. See, now that's sticking there because it's not done. But I did put some glitter on here. It's stickles, and I don't like to put glitter on anything, but I do like her version of Stairway to Heaven there. I really like this one. Yep. Mystical honey buns. Yes, Devin. So again, you can see this is what they start out as. And here, this one is one of the ones that I've done that's upside down and right side up. So you can, it works both ways. It can be either way. So, and again, there we go. She did get a little stuck. Again, I don't know that I'll ever go back to these except for a demo with you guys or something, but they're all in different stages. This would be a good one to finish right here. Some of the weather pages. There's a Frida and some blank pages here. Is that it on this one? Oh, wait, there's some back here. There's some owl. What else is back here? There's this one. And again, look at the colors, Okay, so there's that. One more. This one will probably have the most done in it. And I did varnish, collage and varnish the front and back. And there's my little monk right there. So there's his world. You can see the scope of his world. And this right here is a banister. Turned on its side, made a stair. But look, see, it's a banister. So, and this is done. I did this collage here too. See, it's the same book, except I painted this one black in the side. Okay, so here we go. This is 2016 still. I think it moved in. And there's been a few that I've done since then. We did a couple during the virus. And thanks, Elisa. This one was a demo. Didn't finish it, but somebody said, well, just do one. So we did this one. This is one we did on stream just to finish something. Because they start like this. And of course, it was around this time that I started doing the abandoned books. So sometime around this journal, I started doing the abandoned books, abandoned places, abandoned castles. And I'm not going to have time to pull those out today, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And I have a playlist, abandoned books. And so what I've done is reverse collage in those. So I've taken a scene out of the book that's already a scene and built a world on top of the pages in the abandoned books. Rather than taking and gluing in like this, I had the pages already have something on them, and then I built a world on top of the abandoned world. Did this one in 2020, either 2020, I think that is. Like I said, we did a couple during the virus. If you ever decide to publish a book of favorite art pieces, well, yeah, trying to publish something like these though, guys, I can show them and I keep them for myself, or I'll make some prints to give to you guys. But it's like trying to, you can't publish National Geographic. Not that none of these are Nat Geo, because I don't really use Nat Geo, but I'm just giving you an example. You're using images. You have to really, really alter those images if you want to sell them. 2016, but you can use them in your journals. Use them in your journals. Here's another one, another space world, crashed something. This is one of my favorites too. There's 3 layers here. There's this world, and this world. And this was 2016. This one took a hot minute to finish. There's a lot going on this one. Yeah, Dot. Yeah, these are 2016. Although, like I said, here and there, there's a different, we worked on 1 or 2 here or there. So, yeah, is that all of them I got completed, I think? But, yeah, so they're fun to do. And then this is, a completed one with the edges and the back and everything done. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that little tour down art journaling lane. And then again, this is what we did today. And so I'll varnish it and edge it in gold. So, thanks, guys. Thanks for being here. I do appreciate it. I'll put this as a thumbnail with what book did I don't even remember? A Timekeeper's Atlas, I think. This one and these. Let's see, the map one. These are the 2 that I think I use the most out of. So I'll put those as my thumbnail here, thumbnail over. Let's do it this way because I got all the papers hanging out. And there we go. Maybe like this. Prop up some. There we go. All right, guys. Well, I hope y'all had fun today. And thanks for being here. And we'll see. Where's Devin? Here she is. Devin comes on at 3. Don't forget, Devin comes on at 3 Eastern. And I don't know what she's going to do, but she's always got good, fun stuff. So we'll see y'all later. And y'all have a great rest of your week. And we'll see you at different streams. Bye, guys.